Four gorgeous beauties in swimsuits have no idea that their bodies will soon be brazenly used, whether they will survive afterward. You'll find out in this recap of the movie Door, Dead or Alive. The film opens at the temple of Princess Kasumi. A close friend of her family, Hayabusa, informs the princess that her brother is no longer alive, and she is now obliged to lead the clan, not wanting to believe Kasumi leaves her temple. She now becomes an outcast called Shinobi, the Godzilla Dead Princess, but suddenly she is confronted by another warrior girl, whose name is Ayane. They both point their weapons at each other. Kasumi says that she must find her brother. Hayana replies that if the princess leaves the clan, she will find her and take her life. Kasumi speeds up, runs along the backs of her warriors, and swings over a huge wall as she flies. Her clothes and hairstyle change, and Sheena looks very modern. She also has a folding hand glider and underfly. She catches a shuriken on which the words "You are invited to Door" appear. Now this ninja princess is one of the players. In the next scene, we see a gorgeous beauty named Tina Armstrong training on her yard. She has a call with her father, and they start arguing about her career as a professional wrestler, but the girl doesn't want to return to the big spot. At the moment Tina's young gets attacked by a gang of pirates, they jump aboard and tell the girl that they are taking the ship in response. The beauty rushes at the pirates and shows a real miracle of hand-to-hand combat. The criminals fly in all directions, only their leader remains. But even with him, Tina deals without any trouble. Then she sees her bolt pierced by a shuriken with an invitation to DOA. So here comes the second player, Tina, a wrestling superstar. In the next scene, we see another beauty taking a shower. Her name is Christine Allen. She is visited by an investigator with a group of police officers who accuse her of stealing money and diamonds from the hotel safe. Christine denies her guilt. They want to take her to the station. The girl asks the investigators to give her one of the items of clothing, and at the same moment, she knocks the weapon out of his hands. A fight ensues. Clad only in a tower, Christine manages to disarm and defeat older cops. In the process, she even puts on her underwear. The beauty rides down the elevator, takes a head from some old guy, and rides away on a fancy motorcycle. All the while, she's being watched by her ex-partner Max. As she drives her motorcycle, she gets her shuriken with an invitation to the door, so the third player is Christine, a hitman and a master thief at Princess Kasumi's temple, one of the eldest Otis Irony to take the fugitive's life. She obediently sharpens her weapon at this time. All the participants of the Door tournament are flying on a private plane. Tina sees her father abode. It turns out that he received an invitation too. One of the players makes fun of Tina for her talents. The girl can hardly restrain herself from striking out. Kasumi meets on board her family friend Hayabusa incredibly. He too is participating in the tournament. Christine notices her partner Max and threatens him with reprisal for leaving her alone in the hotel. The plane heads for the islands of the Doha host. Helena Douglas warns to get to this island. Players will need to jump with a parachute and show up at camp before sunset. Those who don't make it will drop out of the tournament. All players jump out of the plane. Coincidentally, Kasumi, Tina, and Christina dropped on the ground next to each other. At first, they try to climb the Buddha statue on their own, but they definitely won't make it before sunset. The girls have to work together to help each other climb the huge statue. However, at the very top, Kasumi falls off. The girl is saved by her new friends and suddenly catches a glimpse of Iona's purple hair. The ninja killer seems to have followed her upon reaching the camp. All the players meet a Dr. Victor Donovan. He is this year's DOA organizer. The man says that another participant in the tournament will be Helena, the daughter of the creator of this tournament. The winner will receive $10 million. Each fighter is sent to the lab to have their strengths analyzed. They get a nano-robot injections that transmit information about a person's abilities to a central computer. An operator named Weatherby watches the procedure with interest. The first day of the tournament arrives. Helena roller skates, Kasumi hits a makiwara, and Tina punches a punching bag. All the players are given bracelets that beep and show the name of their new opponent. Soon, the series of fights begins. No weapons of any kind may be used, only your own strength. All fights are shown on the island's screens, and they look like fights from a computer game. We see Tina, Christine, Hayabusa, and Helena fighting desperately. They, along with the Chinese Zhen Fu, and fighters Zack and Baiman are proceeding to the round 2. Meanwhile, Kasumi is thinking about her brother, Hei. Girl promises to think about it. Tina is approached by an annoying guy from the plane, but she doesn't like him at all. Kasumi and Leon are challenged to a duel before the start. However, the princess is attacked by Ayane, and the girl starts a brutal fight. Leon bursts through the door, and Ayana runs away. The fight begins. At first, it seems impossible to defeat Leon. He literally smashes the girl against the wall. The fight is so fierce that the fighters stare down the walls and get into other players' rooms. Kasumi soon realizes that Leon is not that strong, and Hayate with his skills would never lose to him. She throws her opponent into the pool and gets to the second round. There is only one position left. Christine goes to Tina's house for the night as her room is completely ruined. They are caught by Tina's father, who gets it all wrong. In the meantime, Max is cutting Helena, but suddenly see the bandits breaking into her room. Max easily manages to disarm them. He's not as simple as he seems. The second day of the tournament arrives. Tina has a duel with her own father. The rules are simple. Whoever falls into the water first loses. They push, bite, and grab each other by their nose. After a series of punches, the man flies into the water. Tina wins before the semi-finals. The fighters are allowed a little rest. They have a volleyball game right on the beach. Kasumi and Tina play against Helena and Christine. The girls in their bathing suits play so spectacularly that every man's attention is focused on them. Seizing the moment, Hayabusa sneaks into Donovan's mansion and takes out the guards with ease. Alas, the guy falls into a trap. The beach game suddenly gets interrupted as a shuriken flies into the ball. Kasumi realizes she is being summoned by Ayana. She goes to the bamboo grove and the girls begin to fight. Kasumi has no weapon and she literally flies through the branches of the bamboo to avoid blows of her rival Sharp Blade. The princess uses one of the branches as a weapon, happened during the fight. Kasumi asks Ayana to help her find Hayata since they both love him, but Ayana refuses. The fight continues and becomes even fiercer. The ninja escapes only when the other girls show up in the forest. The next fight is between Tina and Zack. They meet in the square. At first, it seems that the blonde beauty has no chance at all. However, Tina quickly picks herself up and knocks Zack out. The only duel left is between Helena and Christine, who, along with Max, is determined to steal the $100 million from Donovan's save during the dramatic fight in the rain. Christina notices a strange tattoo on Helena's neck, despite the fact it distracts her from the fight, and she misses a series of punches from Helena. Christine still manages to defeat her opponent. Back at Max's house, she remembers and deciphers Helena's mysterious tattoo. It looks like the safe with the money is in the head of the Buddha statue. A new round begins. Tina, Christine, and Kasumi are worried about the fate of Hayabusa. The three of them head to Donovan's mansion, find Hayabusa, but get trapped and held captive themselves. Weatherby, who has long been in love with Helena, tells the girls the whole truth about the door tournament. It turns out that Donovan has come up with a cunning plan. He decided to download all the information about the top 4 fighters to create technology that would allow a man to defeat any opponent. Whether they helped him unaware of Donovan's devious plan, the boy tells Helena that her father didn't support Donovan's idea, and that's why he was deprived of his life. The girl decides to stop the villain. Donovan observes their conversation on one of the cameras and sends his squads to eliminate them. Helena fights against a whole crowd of fighters with guns, takes a katana from one of them, and confidently defeats all her opponents. She and Weatherby make their way to Donovan's mansion through a secret passage. Meanwhile, the villain himself comes to the room with bound Kasumi, Tina, Christine, and Hayabusa and Brad student about his new technology. Donovan puts on special glasses and downloads data from his prisoners' nanobots. He decides to have a duel with Hayata, whom he has kept locked up for a year. This way, he can test out his new invention. Donovan promises that he will let Kasumi and Hayabusa go if the guy agrees to fight, so the fight begins. Donovan successfully tests his new skills and anticipates hiatus every move. He can't land a single punch on the villain. We learned that this fight is being watched by those wishing to purchase this new program. After defeating Hayata, he throws him into the abyss, but the guy is caught by Ayan. She's surprised and very happy that her beloved is alive. Donovan starts transmitting the program to the customers, but whether he manages to stop the transmission in time while all of this is going on, Max finds the villain's vault, but he is intercepted by man who, on Donovan's orders, shuts Mags down and takes the money after learning that Weatherby has contacted the CIA. Donovan makes his way to the command center where Helena tries to detain him. She joins the fight, but with the super glasses, Donovan is invincible. He shuts down both Helena and Weatherby, then starts a self-destruct program and escapes. Everything will explode in 3 minutes with the last of his strength. Weatherby opens the pods with the 4 fighters. The girls start fighting with Donovan. However, he is still too powerful, as his special glasses anticipate the fighters' every move. Donovan easily parries the blows of all 4 fighters. Meanwhile, with the help of Max and Weatherby, Hayabusa defeats Bayman after a tough fight. Christine manages to knock Donovan's glasses off, and he becomes virtually defenseless. The girl is joined by Hayate Kasumi, puts a needle in Donovan's neck and paralyzes him. All the fighters jump off the cliff into the sea, and Weatherby, Max, and Hayabusa use the escape hatch diamond, and Donovan lose their lives in the explosion. After getting a boat from the same pirates who attacked Tina at the beginning of the film, the team sails off of the island of Doha. Alina makes out with Weatherby, and Christina makes out with Max back at her place. Kasumi and the other 4 girls, along with Ayana, prepare to fight the 300 warriors from her clan. Any likes will let us know that our efforts are not in vain. This was Movie Review. We love you guys.